Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. It's Saturday morning. And here I sit. Because there's just not enough time on Monday to say it all. And as the level of absurdity, the level of lies on virtually everything continues to ramp up on a daily basis. Gets harder and harder every morning. Harder and harder. Every morning to stay positive in this world. We are under attack. We don't even know by who. We have no idea who's attacking us. Why are they trying to scare the shit out of us at every turn? Who's behind all of this? Is it a great conspiracy? Don't I have enough to worry about from yesterday without you heaping on top of me all these new potential crisis, life-ruining disasters that make me just want to end it all? Say to myself, why the hell even bother anymore? We have no future that's obvious. And that is where we are. That's where we are today. I mean, my advice, take two. I mean, let me stop here before you get the wrong idea about this video. I'm here to cheer you up. I am a ray of fucking sunshine. And if any of you think you should scold me for saying the word fuck, then fuck off. We're done with that. We're done with me giving a shit about what you think. I'm trying to help everybody. I'm trying to help you. But more importantly, I'm trying to help me. I'm trying to help me cope with the ever increasing amount of bullshit going on in this world. And the only way that I can deal with it is at the end of the day, hopefully not too late in the day, convince myself that it's not as bad or as dangerous or as apocalyptic as they want us to believe. So I look around and I say, who's doing this to us? Is it Bill Gates and a cabal of James Bond villain type evil globalists named Hans or Schultz or something like that? Is it idiot, young, woke, techie friggin' people who are controlling the message? Is it just huge money buying everything? Is it the George Soroses of the world? Can we point the finger at any one cause? I don't think so. So being a ray of fucking sunshine today, I'm here to tell you why it's not as bad as they want to make you think. I'm here to try to bring a little hope and optimism into our lives and explain what I think is actually going on. I think the next 3 or 4 months are going to be utter and complete chaos. I believe the bullshit is going to get so thick, we're going to be having to wear life jackets so that we don't drown in it. Not a way to go. Not a real pleasant way to go. We have, on one hand, politics. I don't want to talk politics. I can't say or add anything to the conversation that somebody isn't already saying. And if I talk politics, I can only get 50% of you to agree with me and alienate the other 50%. You'd think that we, as Americans, had nothing in common with each other. That everything, every issue, every desire, everything that was important to us had to be divided into a black and white type of camp. You either believe this or you believe that. No shades of gray. I think that as Americans, we can all agree that we love our children. That should be completely non-political. Then you factor religion into it. And even religion seems to divide us along political lines. So I stay away from both of those topics because they're highly polarizing, will make me no additional friends and make me a huge number of additional enemies for no reason. Because I don't care who you are, what religion you are, what political party you belong to. Our health should be an issue that crosses all of those boundaries, and that's what I'm here to talk about. But that doesn't mean I don't have religious and political opinions. And that doesn't mean that I'm not subject to the constant barrage of propaganda designed to upset me, to sway my political or religious opinion one way or the other, to try to help me calm down and get over the anxiety, the terrible stress that's growing every day. The more and more unknown our future seems to be. You can hide your head in the sand. I try to. But then you just worry. I wonder what's going on. I wonder how bad it is. We can't stay away. We're rubberneckers. We can't drive by that fatal accident on the highway without looking. It's not in our nature. And that nature is capitalized on. But it's not so much capitalized on by who you think. And it's not so much capitalized on by anything that's usually conspiratorial in my opinion. It's capitalized on because of human nature to want to click on everything where they think they might find somebody who agrees with them and makes them feel like they're right. This is nothing new. We've had this forever. We've had this ever since somebody invented the teaser for a TV news story. There's a new disease in town. It's going to make your legs fall off. Story at 11. And then you tune in at 11 looking to see if your legs are going to fall off. And you have to watch 59 minutes of a 60-minute news broadcast where they keep teasing this story until at 1 minute before the newscast ends and you've seen all the commercials and you've swallowed all the propaganda. Some newscaster comes on and says, "Is this new thing going to make your legs fall off? What do you think, Bob?" "I don't think so, John. Good night, everybody." That's what the fuck we have to deal with these days. What's the motivation for that? It is get clicks. And ever since the proliferation of social media, the ability for each of us, no matter how insignificant, to become a star in our own kingdom, perceived kingdom, we need those likes, those subscribers. We need that adoration. We need that feeling of self-importance that comes from having people click on whatever it is that we're doing. And how do we get their attention? We bait them. We've become a world of sensationalism via clickbait. And we can't go through enough of them searching for that answer that we can't even watch a single video for more than, according to YouTube, I think if you don't hold them for 7 seconds, they're gone. On to the next. What are we frantically trying to find? Like, remember the days with the, well, we still have it, with the clicker, where you had 600 channels and you just kept clicking and you never watched one long enough to find out what it was, but it didn't give you that immediate answer, so on to the next one. And that's what we've become. We have become a huge mass of robots connected to some stream of purported answers to the things that are bothering us. And as we click on through them all day, every day, click, 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 looking for something, we've lost sight of what that something is. What the hell are we looking for? I thought a lot about this, and for me, I'm looking for happiness and contentment, a sense of security and calm, a sense that things are still going to be here tomorrow. But in that search for that sense of security, calm, and stress, which is hard to find, we subject ourselves to exactly the opposite kind of messaging all day long. Your world is over. You're doomed. You're dying. Don't let so-and-so get elected. Your country's going to be gone. They're trying to take your cows away. They want to do this to you. They want to do that to you. Become a prepper. Bury food in the ground. Hide your money. Leave the country. How can you relax in the face of all of this bullshit? And why is this bullshit being put out there? To get clicks. Period. It's all clickbait. It's all clickbait. It's a big coffee cup. I love this coffee cup. My daughter bought this for me. So today, even though I fight this battle in my own mind every day, I have a pretty good understanding that there are too many Chicken Littles out there. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. The sky has not fallen, it's still there. Disasters are going to happen, and we'll survive. Elections are going to happen. My God, how many of us thought we would never, ever survive Carter? Well, we barely survived Carter. Or Obama. Or Biden. Or Trump. Or any of them, depending on what side of the aisle you're on. Somehow we manage. I'm not happy with the direction our country's gone in the last 4 years. I don't mind anybody knowing that. But somehow, once things get to a certain point, people actually get a little bit of common sense back, although it's getting increasingly more difficult these days. And if it's not too corrupt and too far gone, maybe we have a chance. And I'm going to be optimistic about that. An added pressure that I have that a lot of you don't have, or though many of you do who live in Florida, is the same tactics, the same clickbait, the same grabbing of attention and likes and clicks and subscribes from yet a whole different threat that can be just played up to the hilt every day, all day. And that's hurricane season here in Florida. Okay, enough already. Yes, we have hurricanes. But no, this year they're predicting a killer. They're predicting 400 million named storms. They're predicting storms that will break the planet Earth in half from their magnitude because of climate change. Another frigging panic propaganda bullshit thing fostered on us in the name of, look at me, I'm telling you why you're gonna die. Click on my videos. Clickbait. Clickbait. Opportunism. That's not a big conspiracy. Yeah, there's a bunch of lunatics behind this, thinking that we need to kill all the cows because it got hot out today. But please stop. Please just stop. Stop with the fucking heat index. I'm tired of hearing about the heat index. The temperature today here in Melbourne is going to peak out at 94 degrees. It's been 94 degrees since I was 2 years old in the summertime. It's 94 degrees. I'm sorry. It's not 110 degrees. I don't care if it feels like 110 degrees. Stop telling me it's 110 degrees. Stop putting that number on the weather maps, 110 degrees, because that is designed to make me think that we have a crisis, that we have something so abnormal. And we don't. It's 94 fucking degrees today. That's the extent of it. Is it hot? Yeah, it's hot. We'll survive. Stop panicking us. Stop sending us to our gun safes to get out our elephant guns to go out there and start shooting cows to save the planet. Stop that. That's what you're doing in the name of clickbait. I told you, I'm here to bring you a little sunshine today. And although it may not sound like it, the ray of sunshine is the attitude that I have that continues to get me through the day. Hopefully focus on the positive. Give myself a great reason to ignore all the noise because it's getting increasingly harder and harder to ignore. Not have to bury myself in a basement somewhere. But recognize the real problem for what it is. And the real problem is opportunism to use the human tendency to want to find out things about what's going to go wrong, to find out what the latest crises are, find out what they need to worry about, and more importantly, prepare for. We're being used, my friends. We're being upset. We're being panicked. And it's coming from every direction. And it's becoming more than we, as an animal, more anxiety, more stress. We were never take two. We're not built to deal with this. At the root of it, we're built to deal with the stress of being chased and eaten by an animal, the stress of not succeeding at the hunt and foraging for some survival food. And looking out for the dangers of everyday life, what may be hiding behind a rock. That's it. It's not a big transaction load. We're not getting bombarded with. How many clicks can you do a minute looking for answers to make you feel better? Can you click once every 2 seconds? That's 30 a minute. Are we designed to deal with 30 new crises every minute? No. We're burning out. We're burning out. The stress is killing us. And when you add on top of that the horribly corrupt and stupid and ignorant system we have built for ourselves when it comes to food and diet and everything else, when you add to that all the strife in this world caused by religions wanting to kill each other over whose God is the real God, when you add to that the stress of each political party telling you exactly what kind of hell your life is going to be should you elect them, with propaganda, lies, and mostly untruths, with the weatherman telling you that enjoy your house, it may not be there tomorrow, something I worry about every day. And yes, that may be a real concern. My house has been here for 35 years and hasn't blown away yet. And if it does, I'll deal with it. I'm not going to stay up nights worrying about it. I'll prepare to make sure I can eat and have a little electricity. And if I have to evacuate, we'll load up the car and we'll evacuate. And if bad things happen, they'll happen. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Somehow, most of us manage to survive these things. And those of us that don't, it was our time. I don't know how enlightening this is. Honestly, don't. I do know that it's probably gone on long enough. I keep thinking of old Alfred E. Newman. Don't worry, be happy. It's easy to say. This is very easy to say. I could talk about it all day. But the only person I need to convince that it's not that bad, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, there's going to be a little pressure. There's going to be that waiting to see which way the storm turns. Things, that kind of thing we deal with all the time. Like waiting for the biopsy results of that thing your doctor told you was a cancer that was going to kill you. Nobody likes to wait for that, but that's life. Waiting for the results of an election, we can't help it. We're stuck waiting. Just gives us more time to agonize, get upset, and stress out, and ruin our health even more. It's something we each need to come to terms with. The only thing that really has worked for me to help in any way is to isolate myself from as much of this lunacy as I can. Nobody wants to live that way. But the more of a hermit you are, the less you worry, because you're not being exposed to those 30 transactions a minute designed to upset you and get your attention, whether the message is true or not. Excuse me while I light my cigar. I try to treat all of you as thinking human beings who deserve respect. Many of you don't deserve respect. Most of you who are watching me here do, because you would have clicked away after 30 seconds. You would have found something disgusting, obscene, or socially unacceptable about me. And that means that my tactics are working. Carefully designed tactics to drive away those of you who are idiots. No other way to say it. If I've driven you away, you don't get it. You never will. We can't please everybody. I've given up trying. I just don't care anymore. I don't care if you like me. I honestly don't care. I don't care if you approve of me. I don't care. I don't care if you write me comments that say, stop whining. I don't care. I just don't care. Go away. Go away. I don't give a shit about that subscriber number. It means nothing. It means nothing. It's just one tiny little indication of how many people have viewed your videos. You may think that there's going to be nothing left for me to talk about on Monday morning. My thoughts, where I'm thinking, is that I'm going to need to have 3 or 4 of these a week just to keep up with all the bullshit that's happening. And interestingly enough, when I look at the number of views I get, these are the videos that are becoming more and more popular. This slightly obscene, but not too much, old man smoking a cigar who's telling it like it is. There's some common sense here. There's a shitload of reality here. There is no fantasy. No fantasy whatsoever. If you want fantasy, watch CNN. Or sadly to say, Fox News as well. Because Fox News the other day, if I remember correctly, was talking about the fact that red meat is bad for you. And here's the study that shows why. I've got your study right here, folks. Going to be doing my live stream today. Posted a couple of community posts this morning about Amazon notified me of a couple of things with good prices on them. The two of the most popular things that you've bought from my recommendation. The Ninja 651 air fryer, still like $179. The Kasori. Scratch that. Forget the Amazon talk. Anyway, folks, I've got this huge tub of coffee to finish here. I'm going to sit and relax. I think I'm going to watch an old movie. Over the past couple of days, I did rewatch all the Jurassic Park videos. Watched a couple of crime movies. Been watching a lot more movies and a lot less YouTube. I've reached a point where I have a hard time watching any YouTube video now from any of the carnivore influencers. I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all, but I'm saying I've heard the best of all their advice. I've come up with my own answers. I'm not seeking answers from anybody right now. Even though I admire these guys and love them, I cannot watch them anymore. Most of them. Especially the new ones. Especially the ones that have been carnivore for 2 weeks. I've lost 6 pounds. And they're the new experts, and they feel the need to go on YouTube to make fame and fortune, telling the world that they lost 6 pounds. I can't watch them. I'm not interested. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm doing my own thing. I always have. Whatever happens will happen. I think my answers are correct, but there's no guarantee that they will remain correct because everything changes. The 2-year carniversary for me was, as far as I was concerned, the end of phase 1 of my carnivore experiment. Who knows what I'm going to do tomorrow? I don't know. This is not a religion for me. We talk about carnivore for life, but there's a great chance now that I've cured my addiction that I might actually add in a few other things. Maybe I do need a small amount of carbohydrate in my diet to flex. I don't know yet. That's phase 2 of the experiment. I'm doing this experiment not just for me, but for all of us. For all of us to find out what is the best and healthiest way to eat, and do we indeed need some of these other foods that we've been demonizing so badly? I don't know. I know that I doubt I'll become Paul Saladino and start eating 300 grams of carbs a day, but I do know that guys like Ken Berry and even Sean Baker tried adding carbs for 30 days to see what would happen. I'm not worried about the fact that would kill me. But the 2-year experiment has proven incredibly successful. It completely transformed my health. And now I need to move on to seeing, is there anything that isn't quite right? And what do I need to do to fix that? We'll see. We'll see. Humor me, bear with me. Don't think I'm a turncoat if I eat a blueberry. I haven't for 2 years, and I haven't lied about it. And you'll be the first to know if I do. And I haven't decided to yet. But to me, that's what this journey is about. Finding out the truth. Finding the truth. So my friends, I'm looking forward to seeing you this afternoon, 3 o'clock, on my live stream. You never know what's going to happen there. I'll eagerly search out and answer all your questions if I can, based on the limits of what I'm allowed to do as a well, even a doctor's not supposed to give one-on-one medical advice. But so far, we're doing pretty good. I look forward to seeing you then, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And until then, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.